Hello, welcome. My name is Tracy. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in Central Victoria, Australia. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's Case the Catalogue Day and we are casing from the Holiday Catalogue. Now this is such a great catalogue. If you haven't seen it, check it out. You can see it online in my online store. If you would like a copy and you live in Australia, let me know. I'll send one out to you. Now today's card is using the Merry Moose stamp set. It is part of the Night Before Christmas suite and you can find it on page 27. So this one here, there is so many beautiful cards here and I will be coming back to do one of these before Christmas. But for today we are doing this one just here. Now mine is a little bit different and I'll tell you why. This uses the Designer Series paper pack that I don't have. It's shaded spruce. It's part of the Regals pack. Don't have it. So let me bring my card in and I'll show you what I've done. So all I've done is I've created this little background border piece down here using the Buffalo Check stamp set, the background stamp set. So I think this looks really good. When you look at it up against the catalogue, there we go. Pretty similar, I think. So I'm happy with how this one turned out. Let's get over to the craft table and we'll get started. The supplies needed for this card are the Merry Moose bundle. Now by purchasing the stamp set and the punch together, you save yourself 10%, which is a really great saving. We have the Buffalo Check for down below here in our DSP spot. The inks for this card are Early Espresso, Shaded Spruce, Grapefruit Grove, Pool Party, Coastal Cabana and Calypso Coral. We're also using the Versamark ink and the Whisper White embossing powder. Now the heat tool we're also using because we are heat embossing this background here of snow. And I'm not sure how well you've seen that. That shows it a little bit better, but doesn't that give it some really great detail? It takes a very simple card into a really wow card, really beautiful. I have the card kit here as well. Now all the measurements and supplies can be found over my blog. There is a link to that blog post in the description of this video. There's also a link to my online store if you'd like to purchase Stampin' Up supplies. Use the hostess code for this month and you'll get some really great deals. Now it's thick Whisper White cardstock. It's half a piece of A4 that has already been cut in half and then scored in half, and I'm just going to burnish that edge. Now I'm going to bring the paper trimmer in. What I want to do is I want to take off 3/4 of an inch of this top piece of our card so it shows the inside as well. So let's pop that in. Actually no, let's go this side. Just going to pop it in at the 3/4 of an inch and cut that one straight off. So keep that for another card. That's really great for sentiments. So we're left with a card that opens up and you can see the inside of the card. This is where we bring in that Buffalo Check stamp. Now if you have the Designer Series paper, you just pop a strip of the Designer Series paper down. That would work as well. As I don't have that, we're going to use the Buffalo Check. So I'm going to go this side. So let's bring the Shaded Spruce ink in, and I only want to ink up just part of that stamp. I don't want the whole stamp to be inked up. There's no point wasting that ink. So there we have. And I want the inside piece of the card. So this one here is going to go down. Lining that up. I'm just going to press along that background stamp. There we have it. And it covers up the card base as well. Let's move this out of the road. The card comes together quite quick. So on our card base, let's bring in the Mint Macaron and Pool Party inks, and we're going to stamp those beautiful trees in the background. So Pool Party and Coastal Cabana. The Coastal Cabana we are going to stamp in the small trees, and in the large tree of that set we're going to do the Pool Party. So let's do the pool party first. I want a large tree just there. And also one just up here. Let's bring that small tree in and we'll do the coastal cabana. One there and one here. Beautiful. Now the sentiment we are inking up in Grapefruit Grove. Let's just ink up the sentiment. It says, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. Which reminds me of the Christmas carols. I'm just going to pop that sentiment down here. Beautiful. Okay. So the next bit of stamping we're going to do is, I'm just going to pop that to the side a minute. Let's bring in the Grapefruit Grove piece of cardstock. This is a lot bigger than I need, but we're going to stamp in Calypso Coral. So Grapefruit Grove cardstock, Calypso Coral ink. Let's bring that scarf in, and I'm just going to ink up that scarf. I'm going to fussy cut that one out. So pop that to the side. Next, we're going to bring in the Early Espresso ink. So in the stamp set, there are two moose, one solid image, one solid image and one outline. What we're going to do is we're going to ink up just the antennas. And I'm going to stamp that off. Then I'm going to come back in and just ink up the body. I'm going to stamp that off again. So his antlers are getting inked off twice. And stamping that down. So we're going to have two different tones of the antlers and the body. We're going to come in with that detailed image, and that's just the outline, inking that up in the Early Espresso. I'm going to go over his body so he has good detail. That looks so good. So I can punch him out, and that piece is a little small. So I'm going to add a post-it note to him. That way I can have something to hang on to. A little trick for you if you don't have enough piece to hang on to it properly in a punch. It works a trick. There we go. It's got pink antlers. Let's just get rid of that post-it note on the back there. I have the scarf. Finding my scissors, I'm just going to quickly fussy cut that one out, leaving a little bit of border of the Grapefruit Grove card. Give that little bit of contrast. We have all our little elements done. I'm going to bring the card base back in, and let's create all that gorgeous snow in the background. So we're going to bring the Versamark ink in, and I'm also going to need that snow stamp on these little dots there. Gonna need that one, so let's ink that up all the way around with the Versamark ink, and then we're going to bring in the white embossing powder. It can be a little hard to see where you're putting these dots. Just have to look at the light a bit. One little spot there, I think. Let's bring in the white embossing powder and we can see if we've missed anywhere. That doesn't look too bad. Let's bring the heat tool in and we're just going to melt all that powder. Okay, so we have lots of snow on there now. Really great effect, this one. So I'm going to bring some mini dimensionals in and I want to pop up the scarf. Still going to have to cut the mini dimensionals as well. Let's stick one more down. So I'm going to pop that straight down onto the mousse. I'm also going to pop up the mousse with some mini dimensionals, so give him a little bit extra dimension. I'm going to use the sides of the dimensionals, the bones. Just do some long strips for his legs. I want his legs to be supported as well. Last little leg. I'm going to pull our backings off and we'll be right to stick him straight down. Thanks so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed today's card and the little bit of changes that I've made. If you have, please give me a thumbs up. I'd love it if you left me a comment. And if you haven't hit subscribe, do that as well. Now, if you are subscribing, hit that little bell as well so you get notified of all my videos coming up. If you're in need of any Stampin' Up supplies, you can do that in my online store. Pop in the hostess code for this month. Not only will I send you a little gift, you'll get a bundle tutorial sent through to your email. These are 50 plus tutorials, colour photos, all the instructions, all the measurements. Great deal just for shopping with me. Now, there is no limit on your shop. Everyone who purchases anything through me will get that bundle tutorial. Now, if you're purchasing anything more than $50, you'll get Inky rewards. So for every $50, you'll get an Inky reward stamp, which will earn yourself ways to earn free product, which is fantastic. Okay, until next time, have a wonderful day and I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye.